Hey everyone, you got Frankenfoot here with two more war attacks that, quite honestly, I'm embarrassed to even share. They did not go well. They went very not well. But let's go through them. We'll see where the mistakes were made, and we'll try not to make them again. Let's see. All right, so here's the first one. So here's this base. Now, when I saw this base, I thought to myself, look at this wonderful ring here. Um, This is so tight and compact that this seems like it might be a good base for hogs. Now, I used to do hog go-ho quite a bit before the new meta came out, but now that they've changed the way the game's played, for some reason it seems like they should have unnerfed hogs with the double bomb thing, but I've had just a really hard time getting hog attacks to work on this. But you've got a clan castle and a queen right next to each other, so it's an ideal spot to send troops in this way. Try to clear through this, take out the queen, take out the clan castle, and then drop your hogs, and they'll run in this tight little ring around the base. Probably drop a heal around here. I bet you my bottom dollar there's Teslas in here, so I was going to drop a rage in here, and that way they'll scream through this section, and the king's going to start beating up on them here, and that way they'll spend less time with the king beating up on them, and then probably drop another heal or something around here. At least that was the plan. Now for Kill Squad, I've actually never done this before, but I've got two golems, uh, and uh, and I was going to send one golem in for tanking, and then when I get through the wall, drop a jump spell here, and send the other golem with bowlers behind him, because I've had such good success with bowlers just wrecking the crap out of everything, that I figured that's what would happen here. So in terms of funneling, let's see, I can't remember exactly what I did, but these buildings here were vulnerable to minions, but I just kind of had a funny feeling here. So I came in with a backup plan. I was going to drop a minion here and maybe one or two here to start clearing out these buildings, and if that didn't work out, I was going to drop a giant with two or three wizards over here to clear out these buildings. And over here, I think what I did was I dropped the golem over here. And then he's going to tank for all these things, and I can drop a wizard here and then two more wizards here, and it'll start clearing out these things. And that's how I'm going to draw the clan castle troops. I'll drop the golem here. Clan castle troops are going to come out here. No idea what's in the clan castle. But if appropriate, drop the poisons, drop the queen, and then bust into this compartment in this direction. And it's as simple as that. That's all there is to it. And so first here come the minions. And I knew I had a funny feeling. As soon as I dropped that last minion here, this little booger put a bunch of flying skeletons here, and so the minions can't hack that. So they're just going to peter out here, and they're not going to get any of that funneling done, which has got to get done before the bowlers try to go in the middle of the base. So I'll have my contingency plan. But I stopped. I took a minute to reboot, and I decided to go ahead and start working on this side of the base here. And thankfully, Dragon and two balloons come out of the clan castle, which is pretty potent, but you can drop two poison and a whiz behind it, and that'll take care of them eventually. And so I'll drop my giant and two wizards here to try to clear out this section. Once that army camp goes, I think I'm decent to funnel in. And now, like, this entire part of my kill squad's gone, so I drop a fresh golem, wall breakers, and bowlers coming in. So other than the flying skeletons, this is going pretty well according to plan. But what I wasn't expecting, now I've always sent Valkyries ahead of my bowlers. Um, and that golem popped pretty quick. It didn't do much tanking. Without any spells on them, my bowlers aren't lasting very long. Which is unfortunate. They didn't clear nearly as much of the base as I thought, and so I dropped my hogs. And what I think I did wrong was I just dropped spells a little bit too quickly. They took too long to get through this section. I saw their health waning, so I dropped a rage. And I did what you should probably never do, which is drop a heal on top of a rage. And a lot of hogs didn't even get to it in time. And the king starts beating up on them, so I just lost a lot of hogs in that little section there. In hindsight, I should have tried to sprinkle them in a little bit better to try to take care of these exterior buildings. But I just don't do a whole lot of hogging these days, so it kind of escaped me. It missed me. So now my hogs are gone, and I still got too much base to clear out. So I dropped archers on the corners, those builder huts. I got the queen with no ability left, and I had a troll Tesla up here, so it just didn't work out. Yeah, that sucks. But it doesn't suck as much as the next one. So this base here, not an overly challenging base, and I've got my king back now. Look at him sitting there like the stud that he is. And so this base has been attacked before, and as you might guess, there's Teslas here. You've got the queen over here. So I thought there's two options in attacking this base. We can start down here and pull the clan castle troops and have the Valks work their way up this direction, and eventually they'll reach this queen compartment. So if you do it properly, you can maybe have them come in here, maybe put a jump spell, and they'll go in this direction. Or maybe have them come in this direction, and then put a jump spell here, and they'll move over here, and then the queen will start jumping into this compartment, most likely, if they're coming from this direction, and that'll draw them through here, which is where all the Teslas are. So I thought about that, but that's a lot to expect for the Valkyries. In between here and here, there's just a high chance that something can go wrong. So I decided to come in from this direction right here. And what I was going to do is I was going to drop one hog to pull the clan castle troops. I need a dragon and two balloons, so one hog should do it. No spring traps or anything down here. Then I'll drop an arch over here, and the clan castle troops will slowly make their way up here. The archer will take this out pretty quick, and then it'll get stuck on one of these. And when they take the archer out, I'm going to drop a golem, a couple wizards behind it, maybe probably the queen. And then a giant over here, 1, 2, 3 wizards over here, and these buildings will be gone. And then I'll drop some wall breakers and bust into this compartment here, and then out will come the king, the bowlers, and then the Valks. And they'll come in here, and the Valks are going to take this direction. If this building's here, they go for this, and then they're going to go in between these two buildings here, and then in between these two buildings here. But by the time they get to here, they're going to redirect and go after the queen. And so I'll drop a rage in this general area, and that'll help them get through all these troops, hopefully bust through this wall and take out the Tesla farm. And the bowlers will be behind it in a fresh golem, and things should work out swimmingly. So that was the plan. So first comes the hog. Now, I probably should have tweaked my army a little bit, because now I'm down a hog. And I thought I had an archer, but turns out I didn't, so that's the second thing that went wrong, is I drop a wizard, and he just plows through that in half a second. It takes out that builder hut, and then goes and commits suicide by archer tower. But things aren't that lost. I drop a golem, double poison should come down to take care of the troops, wizards behind it. That is the one thing I miss about queen walking. There's nothing that can take out clan castle troops as effective as a queen walk. That's for sure. So that golem pops, but he's done his job, and this is where the mistake was made. I dropped my wall breakers here, thinking they're going to go in this direction, but I neglected to realize what an affinity they have to go for a corner. And so instead of going here, they go here, which may or may not be slightly closer, but they go for a corner. And this really ruins everything, because now the king's going to come up here and start beating on them in here. The queen's going to be out of range, so the Valks are going to run in here and probably take out the king, try to take out these buildings. And now they've got nothing to pull them in this direction. Some of them might redirect here, some of them might redirect here. If there's a Tesla there, which I don't think there was, they might redirect there. where they're going to go now is anybody's guess, and the Valks are going to split, and that's always a bad thing to have happen here. And not to mention, I also put the wall breakers in the range of this Expo without any tanking, so they just wiped out real quick. And so my stupidity, I decided to keep going for this wall because it's been weakened. I didn't try to send the Valks in here like I should have. And out comes the Golem, but now my Queen's taking a lot of fire, and since the hole's not here, she's going to walk around the base. Valks split, try to drop a Rage here to help them get through this area here, but most of the Valks are over here, so the Rage isn't doing much to help anybody. Drop a heal here to try to keep these guys going, but they've left the exterior of the base. And what else has happened here? Well, looky here. My bowlers. My freaking clan castle. And when things started going awry, I never realized that I haven't dropped my bowlers. So now, what might have been coming in here and wrecking stuff pretty well with a golem in front of it is just sitting in my clan castle doing nothing. And eventually the Valks go through here. I realize I haven't dropped my bowlers, so I drop my hogs and bowlers behind them. Heal spell to try to help out the hogs, but there's just too much base left. It's not gonna work out. So there's some good examples of what not to do in a war attack. Other than that, I don't got a whole lot else to say. Just poor planning and not checking things and all that. So yeah, I guess you be the judge. All I can say is plan better, and if things go astray, try to keep your head. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be doing some Go Weevaho practicing today to try to get this down a bit more automatic. At least that's what I think would help. But at any rate, that's all I got. Don't do any of these things ever for the rest of your life, and life will be okay. Bye bye.